Something I always try to do when I'm in Christchurch is film the trams in the city centre. This time, the major highlights were ex-Melbourne W2 class number 411, built in 1927, and Christchurch Hills class number 24, built in 1920. 411 is the unique restaurant tram, and we'll see her on depot shunts a couple of times. As for number 24, she returned to service in December 2023 after a very long restoration. As much as I like the Christchurch Tramway, I still think there is one major flaw, that being the lack of any single-trip tickets. The only option is a day pass that costs a staggering $40, an increase of $15 over how much it cost back in 2018. By comparison, the ticket for Auckland's Wynyard Quarter line is much cheaper, only costing $2, and that's also a day pass. However, this line is only 1.6 kilometres long, as opposed to the 4 kilometres of the Christchurch system. But that still begs the question as to why the Christchurch ticket is so expensive if we're just going off dollars per kilometre. In any case, the trams are still a staple tourist attraction in the city. But the only public transport in this city is a network of bus routes, although these are at least decent. We start at Cathedral Junction on the morning of Sunday, October 27. I got there in time to see the trams leaving the depot for their first runs of the day, but the first one out is actually my least favourite member of the fleet. I was surprised to see 411 parked at the junction. My guess is that she had been left there after the previous night's run. In any case, the next tram out after the ex-Sydney thing was Invercargill 15, a Burnie safety car built in 1921. After the Invercargill tram left, it was time for 411 to make her way back to the depot. This was followed by 1808 returning from her first run around the loop for the day. While 1808 waited to leave for her second run, Christchurch Tram number 178 left the depot and stopped just before the junction. This was the first time I had seen 178 since 2018. "178 was built by Boone and Company of Christchurch in 1922, which makes her 102 years old at the time of uploading. These days, she's a regular performer on the city's current tram line, and like 1808, appears on most of the promotional material too. Most trams in the current fleet didn't actually run on the original Christchurch system. The only ones that did are numbers 24, 152 and 178. Later that evening, I was back at Cathedral Junction for two reasons. 1. To have dinner at a nice Japanese restaurant, and B. Film 411 getting ready for her regular evening dinner service, which usually leaves the junction at 7:30 p.m. every day. We met the trams again at Worcester Street and Cathedral Junction on the morning of Monday, October 28. On this occasion, 5 trams were in operation, specifically numbers 15, 24, 178, 244 and 1808. 244 is another example of the W2 class, which is tied with the C2 as one of my favourite Melbourne trams. My least favourite, on the other hand, is the C1 class. The tram line crosses the River Avon twice, with one crossing being a short distance west of Cathedral Square. In my opinion, this is one of the most pleasant sections of the line. Not far away from the bridge, you can find the statue of Robert Falcon Scott, otherwise known as Scott of the Antarctic. He was referred to as such in the lyrics of the Australian crawl song Reckless. Considering just how far Hereford Street is from Cathedral Square, and the fact that I had to get there on foot, I was surprised when I managed to catch up to 24 again.
Tram over if you want. People often ask me, so I tell you, no one looks on stage, there's no risk here. It's just absolutely essential. During the day, campaigns, chicken performance. In the evening, we'll do tea bars, restaurants. Sunny days, experiences.
My last catch from the Christchurch Tramway, for 2024 at least, was number 24 leaving Cathedral Junction for another trip around the loop.